Welcome to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. Join us each week as we go inside Forest Park basketball with head coach Drew Messmer. Now for the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome to this week's Drew Messmer Show. And Coach, last week on Friday, you played at home, and you played Heritage Hills, a very good team. Came out a 57-42 victor. Why don't you recap that game for us?
Yeah, special night for our guys. We had senior night as well as we honored the 03 team, first school history to go to the state finals, and it was just perfect timing to have that game with Nate Hawkins being the freshman coach on that team, as well as Matt Sisley, whose son Trem is obviously on the Patriots team. So he was the JV coach on that team, as well as our assistant Chris Atkins was a junior on that team. So, it was just really good timing to be able to get a bunch of guys in the gym. Just a completely, it had to be a near sellout crowd. It was packed. People were definitely packed in there, and it was a great atmosphere. They even coordinated with the Hills band, I guess, to bring their band over to our place. So there were two bands going, and it was a pretty good atmosphere. A lot of energy for sure. Came out in that game a little bit. I think we were down maybe a couple buckets early on, which was just getting into the flow of things. As well as we have a senior night, so our five seniors hadn't started together all year. Started together since they were juniors last year in the JV team. So it's just a different combination, but they still had some chemistry to get us started in that one. From there, after a couple minutes, we kind of went back to normal, and our guys just they played a really good game. We were leading. I believe that we won. I want to say we won every single quarter. We lost the third quarter by 2. But we were up 14-11 first quarter. Reed Howard got off to a good start for us. Trevor Berg played really well, hit 2 threes for us, and really kind of stepped up, with the Modern Day game, and then Heritage Hills, and once we get into the Boonville game, he's really started shooting the basketball better. I kind of had seen some pictures that Reed Howard's mom, Natalie, posts all sorts of photos on Facebook after every game, and kind of flipping through them, probably in mid to late December, and I noticed his follow through was pretty low. So I sent him a picture of it, and we kind of talked about it, and he's kind of changed the angle of his release, and he has just that I mean, he's never really missed right or left. It's been a shorter, long with him, so his mechanics have been pretty good. Changing the arc on his shot since the new year, he's shooting over 40% from the point line, and that before that he was less than a 25% shooter. So credit to him for sticking with the adjustments that we talked about and believing in it. But man, he's really turned into a good shooter. But other than that, we took a 28-20 lead into the half. Trent kind of did his thing in the first half, but we limited their other guys to 8 points. He only, Trent had 12, which may even be below his average, but he's a tough customer for sure. In the third quarter, like as I said earlier, I guess they did go ahead and beat us by 2 points in that quarter, but our guys just kept battling, and we had some situations in the past where we've had leads going into the fourth, and the turnover bug or just missing open shots or free throws or whatever had happened, and we really kind of put together kind of a perfect storm there to win that fourth quarter 18-9 even, which was great to put away a really good team again on senior night at our place. But and that was just that's one that we were proud of our guys for executing, let alone the opponent. How good those guys are. It was good to see our guys actually end a third quarter lead during the fourth quarter. That has yet to happen, all year. So really good performance for our guys. Reed Howard had 20, Spaceburg had 50, Weber had 11. So got some great defensive contributions from our senior bigs. Luke Hauser had a couple nice blocks in that one, as well as Bryson Partner with 12 rebounds. So some pretty good performances for our guys in that. Kind of recapping the Boonville game, we very much so carried the momentum from the previous game into the first quarter. Where that may have been the best quarter that we've played all year. We were leading them 18-6 after the first, and just moving the basketball extremely well. Defensive intensity was off the charts. We didn't give up an offensive rebound. Don't believe we had a first quarter turnover, and then from there, I wouldn't say the wheels fell off, but the intensity definitely just was relaxed on and very much so. Today we put them through a pretty good practice. Just as a reminder that in this program we close out with our hands up and get our hands out, and you can't close out on good shooters hands down. It just doesn't work. And Boonville was able to hit 9 threes on it, for 17 from 3 in that game, as well as they shot the heck out of it from the free throw line, going 17 for 19. So, credit for those guys. We gave them open shots, but you still got to step up and hit them, and for them to be down 18-6 and bounce back and put together a couple of really big quarters. If they scored 23 in the second and scored 16 in the third, which is quite a bit of. It's more points than what we want to give up. But luckily, we had played well enough in the first quarter that it was good enough to at least push us into overtime. Heading or after playing poorly for 3 quarters, but in the overtime we just continued to give up points. They scored, I believe, 17 points in OT, and that's just way too many. Just seemed like our flow was a little bit off, and that's again credit to those guys. Boonville has a lot of talent, a lot of talented players. They start 5 seniors. 4 of those guys have been starting since they were sophomores, and the Fuller kid, when I was at Heritage Hills, he had several nice games. And he did the same thing against us yesterday. He had 28 points, and he's just he's a big physical guard. Our guards are not small, but they're not. Our guards are 6 foot, 155 pounds, and he's probably 6'2", 175, 180. So it makes a big difference. He was able to kind of go inside out with us. He hit 4 threes. Just a really good player. They get a couple other contributions from the Eigner kid and Clay Connor, and those guys are just, they're solid. I think that a lot of teams would not want to draw Boonville, just with their firepower and their size and experience. So definitely they showed up and played a good game. Positives for us, we really didn't shoot the ball extremely well, but compared to earlier in the year, it's night and day. I mean, our bad shooting games now are our good shooting games in December, if that makes sense. So we were still able to put 63 on the board, led by Jay Ferg. He had 19 points, and then Reed Howard and Trevor Berg had 14. Trevor again hitting the shots, which is as I said earlier, just really big for our team to be able to have a third guy that can really stretch defense as well as he's gotten better attacking the rim. So he just continues to work. Got some good minutes from a freshman, Jackson Lee, can hit a couple, drove to the bucket, uses athleticism and speed a couple times there in the third, which was a nice boost. But as I told our guys, some people are disappointed in the loss, and we're never happy in defeat. But that Boonville team is the only team that's beaten South Spencer this year. That's a team that's played Heritage Hills closely, I believe, twice. I think they played twice. If they didn't, it could be thinking of a different game. But played them close the first time for sure. And they're a really solid basketball. It's been nice to bring the defensive effort, and I explained to them that the defense has to travel. That's not an optional thing. When you go on the road, your has to travel with you, and we addressed it, and we just move on and keep building on the confidence that we've gotten over the last few weeks, because we truly have put together really, I wouldn't say Tecumseh was our best effort, but 7 of our last 8 games we've played pretty dang well. So, and keep the trend going here in the next couple weeks and see what we can do come sectional week.
And you said that people shouldn't want to draw Boonville. I don't think people should want to draw Forest Park either, because you guys are peaking at the right time.
There's no question. I mean, our guys are really starting to figure things out. They just are. Their chemistry's clicking. They're kind of learning again how to navigate through a varsity season. And they've, if anything, the most impressive thing about this group is there's a lot of teams that are sitting there with 6 wins that hang their head and feel sorry for themselves, or just mail it in and get ready for this spring sport or whatever. But these guys they're fully locked in. They're really invested in what we're doing. It's just a credit to those guys for being for truly being winners. There's a reason why they're winning the sports. Our time is, it started out a little shaky early on this year, just with the inexperience and whatnot. But these guys are starting to figure some stuff out.
And we'll be back on the Drew Messmer Show right after these messages from our sponsors. You're listening to the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Bros for Communications.
For the national anthem and starting lineup, we have a special recognition ceremony. Ranger Nation, please welcome back to Bickler Arena the 2003 state runner-up Forest Park basketball team. Team members are freshman Brandon Hope, junior Michael Lampkin, Chris Atkins, Adam Thomas, Todd Lampkin, Andy Berg, Neil Kanice, senior Jeff Van Winkle, Luke Lowletter, Phil Wire, Aaron Sickford, Matt Turner. Managers Joe Oak, Neil Sitzman, Naomi Pomoro, Andy Fleck, Nick Blaine. Coaches, head coach Tom Beach, varsity assistant Gene Bayman, freshman coach Nate Hawkins. JV coach Matt Sisley. Assistant Brian Tuckman. The 2003 Rangers finished the regular season with a 17-4 record. They were the champions of both the Blue Chip Conference and the Du Bois County Holiday Tournament. Their 2003 sectional championship was the third sectional championship in school history, with the most recent sectional championship occurring in 1993. In the regional championship, the Rangers beat Brownstown Central 70-63 in the morning session and Evansville Mater Dei 70-52 in the championship game. The Rangers took down Eastern Hancock 77-69 in the semi-state game to advance to the state championship for the first time in school history. Meeting the Rangers in the state championship was undefeated Lewis Cass. The Rangers lost in the state championship game 57-48. The 2003 Rangers ended the season with a 23-5 record. 2003 state runner-up Forest Park Rangers.
You dream it, we create it at Street Dreams. Custom paint, fabrication, stereos, wheels, tires, and more. We're also your authorized Sinister Sound dealer. Street Dreams, 317-624-1000, where you expect quality and get.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
At MAD, we believe in zero. Zero fathers who aren't there for bedtime. Zero mothers who miss the first day of school. Zero children who never come home. We believe in zero victims of drunk driving. With MAD, your support adds up to zero. Because we believe in a hug on the first day of school. We believe in another bedtime story. We believe in no more victims. We believe in zero.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
Hello and welcome back to the Messmer Show. And we're joined by Denise Heilers, the Forest Park dance coach. Denise, how are you doing today?
Great. Thanks for having me.
You know, how did you become involved in dance?
Back when I first came on board here as a teacher, back in 1988, actually, I had the color guard with the marching band, and they kind of doubled as the dance team. So started there, and then it separated, I think, eventually in 1998, and I had kids, so I decided just to do half of it. So I transferred to the dance team, and I've been doing it ever since. And the dance team has been competitive since 2003.
And you had you said Forest Park's been very competitive in dance.
It has.
Tell us about some of the team accomplishments you've had in the past.
Well, our varsity team competes in 3 different categories. We compete in pom, hip-hop, and high kick. And since 2003, we've attained 24 state titles. We have 10 in pom, 7 in kick, and 7 in hip-hop. So just really, really proud of that, the legacy that girls over the years have established for here at Forest Park. And then eventually I decided that we were going to start the junior high program to help build our varsity program. And then what we did is I got some alumni back in to help me. And we started the junior high program, which is completely voluntary. We don't get paid to do that, but it definitely helps to build our program. And that program itself has attained 16 state titles. So super proud of that as well.
And, as you said, you got some help. Who are some of your, as like, let's say like with Terry Riggs or with Drew Messmer,
correct.
You're only as successful as your assistants. Your assistants do a lot of work. Who are some of your assistants?
100%. I call them the dream team because I could not do this without them anymore. So one of my assistants is my daughter. Her name is Taylor Patton. She helps me a lot with the choreography. We do buy a hip-hop routine. We have someone come in and help us. But other than that, she and I choreograph all of the competition routines. So she's probably my right-hand man. And then I have, all of these are alumni. Megan Pund, she danced for me, as well as Maddie Treader and Megan Cruz. And then the last one that just came on last year was Maddie Partenheimer. So there are 6 of us, and we really work very well together.
And the dance season, from the start to finish, when do you start?
We actually start in the summer because we're at Forest Park, which is a small school. We try to get all of our choreography in June and July. And then what we do is we kind of put it on the back burner because our girls, they are great athletes, so they make up the soccer team, the volleyball team, the cross-country team, the marching band. They do all that in the fall, and I'm very proud of them for doing that. So then I finally see them once that season is over. So we start full force, probably end of October through our state finals. Like this year is March 11th, I believe. So, and then we get a little bit of a break in there before we start again in the summer.
And, when's the next dance competition and when is state finals?
Our invitational season is over. We just completed that last weekend at Center Grove, and we will be having our regionals at Crawfordsville on March the 3rd, and then state finals is at Lafayette Jefferson on March the 11th.
Well, Denise, good luck to the Forest Park dance team the rest of the season.
Thank you very much. We're looking forward. We have our final home game this Friday, so we're looking forward to supporting the Rangers and actually putting our kick routine on the floor for the last time this weekend as well.
So the people have a chance to see the dance routine or the kick routine at the next home game, right?
Correct. That's exactly right.
Well, Denise, good luck the rest of the season.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you contacting me.
And you've been listening to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brooks Communications.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Wanting to scan those old videos, films, or audio to DVD? We'll look no further than Milligan Communications. We can also scan your old pictures, slides, and negatives to picture quality as well. With thousands of happy customers, let Milligan Communications help put your treasured memories on a digital media. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. Milligan Communications, capturing your yesterdays.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Hey everyone, Joey Chestnut here, world champion competitive eater. I follow Southwest Indiana Sports Network, and if you're hungry for sports, you should follow them too.
Follow the Southwest Indiana Sports Network at swisportsnetwork.com or search Roku for our channel at SW Indiana Sports Network.
And welcome back to the Drew Messmer Show. And I'll tell you what, I've said it before and I'll say it again, I've interviewed different levels, different people at Forest Park, and everyone's very impressive. And Denise Heilers is very impressive too.
Oh, there's no question. When I was first hired on here, I was able to connect with Denise, who I've known really most of my life. She was a teacher at Ferdinand Elementary as well as she's been a dance coach for a long time. She had a daughter 2 grades older than me and a son that was a grade below me. So I've been around her in multiple different settings throughout the last 15 years. So she's been great. But anyway, once I got hired, she really was the one that was able to really steer me in the right direction. Just get me set up with certain things, helping me get familiar with how things operate on the back end within our athletic department. And she is a high level communicator. There's no question whatsoever why she's so successful as a coach. She's just got elite communication skills. So she is a blast for me to work with. She's similar to myself when it comes to administrative work or paperwork, however you call that. When it's time to get it done, like when my mind's focused on it, she's there for it. And when she has to do something for her, I try to knock it out as quick as I can. So we work together extremely well, and our whole department's lucky to have her.
And this week on Friday night, you got a home game against Princeton, and the next Tuesday you'll be traveling to Gibson Southern. Why don't you preview those games for us?
Yeah. So Princeton, they're a pretty young team, but they're dangerous. They got athletes. They've got a couple of they got twins in the junior class, McIntyre twins that can really put pressure on you, especially if they want to extend their defense and press a little bit. They got a couple other guys. They got a sophomore that can play. He started as a freshman and really provided a good scoring punch from him early on. We have him as getting about 12 and a half a game, and they've got another freshman that's 11 a game. So, they're definitely a young team, but they're also, I believe, right around 500, game below, game above, whatever it is. And so for them to have the youth, they definitely are prepared to win as well. They're not just a young team with talent. They're able to win with this talent now, which is great and a scary sight for guys down the road, especially in that sectional and whatnot. But they can hurt you in a lot of ways. They can spread the floor. As I said, they've got some athletes that can take you off the bounce. Lamar does a great job down there. He really does. He's probably had those guys overachieving every year that he's been down there. Gets the guys to play so hard. But yeah, I mean, we're gonna have our hands full for sure. It's our last home game, so even though it's not senior night, we still want to send our seniors off with a win on their last time that we're playing on that floor, and that's just obviously what our goal is going to be is to win that basketball game, and they'll challenge us, and especially with what we talked about with the Boonville situation. If we close out with our hands down, they're going to make you pay. So hopefully our guys are learning and adapt what we're using this week in practice and apply it into the game. As well, okay. Then Tuesday we'll play Gibson Southern. Be a fun game for me personally. Just as a guy that I was Mark Rohr's JV coach his first year at Savage before I went to Heritage Hills, and just looking forward to just seeing Mark, talking to him before the game. I talk to him maybe every 2 weeks or so. We'll hop on the phone and just chat about different opponents that we have coming up that he's played and vice versa. And it's just it's a good relationship. Talk about his boys and things like that. And that's just it's good to reconnect with guys that you worked with in the past. So looking forward to it. They got he's got them rolling, which if you know anything about Mark, that should surprise anybody. That once really February hits, especially March, he just does what he does. He knows how to coach defense so well, and gets his guys to play hard and play wants them to. And it's only his second year down at Gibson Southern, but he's doing some nice things with them. He's got them on a 3-game win streak. They play Vincent's Lincoln and Wood Memorial this weekend. So there's a potential that they roll in with a 5-game win streak. Just a game below 500, which is going to be, it's going to be a challenge for us. They got a senior Jackson Lamb that can really shoot the basketball, stretches the floor well. A couple other seniors that contribute for him, but definitely, as most people probably would say, you got to guard Jackson Lamb out on the floor. A couple other guys, the Spindler and McKee kid, are getting about 10 a game, but they just. His thing is defense, and when they get into the tournament, he doesn't have to have a lineup, not that they're incapable, but he doesn't have to have a lineup that can get 55 to 60. If he's got a team that can get him 45, he can probably hold you to 40. So it's going to be a challenge for our offense. We've had plenty of teams challenge our defense as of late. Well, really throughout the season that have pointed out a lot of flaws. I'm looking forward to Mark being able to kind of expose some things on offense that we're not doing very well, because it's been several games since we've really struggled offensively. So just curious what he'll try to take away and what he thinks kind of some of our weaknesses are. So definitely looking forward to the best match with him.
And between both games on Sunday is the sectional draw.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We'll all get together. I think we're going to go to the Carter family's house and just kind of, sit down together and relax, eat some good food, and just get some team bonding in to see what the draw is. I'm not one of those guys, to be honest with you, that gets really worked up about the draw. I think that kind of it is what it is. As I forget who just had told me this line this week, but our former softball coach, Greg Dirkles, he drove us to our game last night, but that doesn't always drive our bus. But anyway, I guess he had a famous line of, if you're worried about the draw, you're probably not pretty good. And I can kind of get along with that, right? Like if you're the favorite or if you're one of the best teams in there, you shouldn't be afraid to play anybody. So whatever the draw says, that's fine with me. We'll prepare and we'll see what we can make happen. But I'm looking forward to being a part of the sectional again as a head coach for the first time. It's going to be exciting, and just looking forward to it for sure.
Well, Coach, good luck this week against Princeton and Tuesday against Gibson Southern.
Thank you, Joe.
and you're listening to the Drew Messmer Show on the Southwest Indiana Sports Network, powered by Milligan Brosmer Communications. We'll talk to you next week.
This is the most important, amazingest game ever played in the universe. The pitcher is fierce. Danny Roberts is up at bat. And the crowd goes wild! He just won the game! Let's go! Yes!
We protect the car you drive.
Go get him, Danny.
And the dreams that drive you. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully. Dream fearlessly.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, become a role model for our young student athletes, earn extra money, and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.